Fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell. Feeling a little bit better today. Uh, so look at this whole thing. Checked out some of the Grammy performances. Couldn't really watch the whole thing, but very interesting. First, let me tell you the background of why I'm not just an open hater. Um, I used to be on the board, and I used to vote on the Grammys. So, but I resigned. I quit, and the reason why I resigned and I quit was way back in the day. There was a vote between DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Parents just don't understand, and it takes two to make a thing go right by DJ Easy Rock, right? So now I'm just letting you know, like right then I was like, oh my, that don't make no sense. And then of course the Fresh Prince won, all right, because they had an agenda for him to push him up into the spotlight and push him out in front of everybody. So that was the whole thing, and so and to prove my point, so I was upset because they just gave the Grammy to this, to the Fresh Prince. And it was like, don't nobody even play that record. Like if you go in a club, I was a club DJ back then, and well, I was doing radio and I was doing clubs, and I was just ahead of my time. If I would have been DJ, I could have been DJ Khaled, but another one. Oh, I got something on my tooth, but anyway, so I was just trying to, and I was like angry, and that's why I quit. And then I never really tried to get back because I was like, some of this stuff just don't make sense. It really don't. And it's like right now, I could go pretty much into any club in the world and put on It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right, and people will dance. They will dance, they'll dance right now. If I put on Parents Just Don't Understand, people are going to look at me and be like, man, the DJ is whack. Right? The DJ is just whack. Those whack is a old Negro vernacular from back in the 80s. But anyway, so what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that all of this stuff is fixed. It is premeditated. It's there for them to basically to sell records, right? Because after a while I realized that, because I was like, man, they either they want to sell records or they want to sell the people. So of course Beyonce has all the, I don't even think, and I was asking my wife, I couldn't find factual information. So I was like, Beyonce didn't even put out an album. And then it's like, and then Blue Ivy wins, she's 9 years old, she wins a Grammy. And I've never seen or heard anything that she did. So like, how do you make something in a microcosm, in a vacuum, and nobody hears it, but you win a Grammy for it, right? And basically, what the deal is. They're pushing her out there, and eventually, she'll be the one that'll be like taking home all the Grammys. And the last time, like a real performer or anything like that was back in the day when they had Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Tina Turner, et cetera, et cetera. So you see what I'm saying? So they never really, and like all of the awards are like won by white people, and they don't even, and I'm not trying to make this necessarily racist, but what I'm trying to say is, it's like they don't put out any albums, but yet still they win all the awards, or their albums are not the most popular albums, or the ones that really move people. Because as a DJ, the first thing that you learn as a DJ is what? It's like you have to put your ear to the street. In radio, You know, that's how we did it. You know, you put your ear to the street, and you go in the club on Friday and Saturday night, and whatever you see, as soon as you look, as soon as you put something on the turntable and people are on the dance floor, you know that that's a hot record. My second way of judging records was my baby daughter, Ferrari. Okay, I used to she was 2 years old. And so I would bring her in the studio with me, and I would sit there and I would say, okay, and I would put records on. And if she danced to the record, because a 2-year-old don't have no lie. 2-year-olds don't lie, because they don't even understand. In fact, they don't even, at that point, they're not even understanding the concept of lying. All they do is they know what they like, and whatever they like, they go for it. It's like tunnel vision for a 2-year-old. So I'm like looking, and so she had, and then my other DJ friends and other places would be like, how did you know that song was gonna be hot, or how did you pick that song, or how did you know that song was fired, or whatever, and you'd be like, look, I got the foolproof system, and so that's how I did it, because see, people will fabricate and lie, about what's hot and what's not. So now, with that being said, so now all of a sudden, it's like the next thing is the whole Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion whole stuff, and that was ridiculous. From what they doing is they just making pornos. They're making pornos and showing them to our daughters. That's ridiculous. Look, you can go back to the starting the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You never saw skin. 90s even. You never saw skin. You never saw all of this stuff that they got going on now. And the music was better. The music was better, and they never had to strip down to the and bump and grind on a stage that resembles and is made to look like a bed. And you cannot tell me that this is not having a negative effect on our women and on our young ladies, because everybody feels like, oh well, if I don't twerk, if I'm not twerking, or if I'm not showing off my body. And I was thinking the other day, I was like going through my Instagram, and I'm like going through the Instagram feed, and I'm like, why is like you go through the feed, and it's like every other thing is a girl. Remember back in the day, we only had Jet magazine. We had one picture. we had one picture of a woman that was scantily clad. And we looked at that picture, I had some friends whose mamas used to let them put them on the wall or whatever, but, my mom didn't. But I'm just saying. So we had that one picture every month. We only had one picture, and you couldn't wait till your mom and dad put the Jet magazine on the coffee table. I don't know if, y'all may not be able to relate. Okay, but we didn't have all of that. And even when BET was showing the dirty videos at night, when BET was doing that, it was late at night. It wasn't like 8 o'clock in the evening when everybody was up watching TV. It wasn't. And this is utterly ridiculous, because we know that girls have image and self-esteem issues already. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that it's a fact of life. And so they try to be included in whatever the subset is. It's like, okay, nobody, if I'm not twerking, or if I can't gyrate my hips like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, then I'm not gonna get a man. Or that's how I get a man. Yeah, look, and then I am forced to put up with the worst man, because what they don't realize is that that behavior, that stripper-like mentality, is going to draw you not good men. You're not going to be, a good man is not going to be attracted to that because he has control. And now I'm going into Kemetic spirituality because he has control of his lower urges, of his Kundalini energy, his first chakra. He should already be in control of his first chakra. Even if he's not enlightened, by the time he sees you, he should at least be up to his heart chakra. But we, all we doing is we pushing people back down to their, to their lower nature. The Quran even says that a man will be pushed down to his lower nature if he's not studious and he doesn't do things in order to try to get knowledge and wisdom. If he's not trying to get knowledge and wisdom. So if I see, certain things, then I'm going to be attracted to it. And the same thing is true. The young men, they look at this, and once again, we go back to the B word and to the H word, bitches and hoes. We go back to that, and we like, okay, I think that it's okay because all of the role models that I see, that's how they refer to women, and that's how they treat women. And even more dangerous is that's how women want to be treated, which is not true. Which is a facade, which is a lie. You feel me? You hear what I'm saying? So, and then we have these people, they get up there and they say, okay, we're going to give you an award, or we're going to glorify. See, y'all don't realize glorification and, is easy when you have that kind of power. Because that's what they look at. They see these people, look, hey, every time I see Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, they got new clothes, they got the latest nails, they got the latest hairstyle, they got this, that, and the other thing. Now, and people wanted to jump on the whole thing, but one thing I will say about Beyonce is that Beyonce has limited hers down because, once she has children, but it's like Cardi B is still doing it. She has a child by Offset, and she's just going around, it's like, is that what you want to teach your daughter? You had to build yourself up out of it. And if you look at, and now they talk about Kodak Black was that's that song that she had out first, that has been certified diamond. But if you look at the imaging in the song, it's demonic. It's evil demonic. It's anarchy demonic. Look at the symbolization in those videos, and look what they're saying to our children, that it's okay. Right? Y'all, and we just go, oh no, and the main problem is we always got stuff that's always saying, oh, well, that's just entertainment, or it's innocent, or whatever. It's not innocent, because to the innocent mind, it affects that innocent mind. To the person that's trying to figure out who they want to be, what they want to be, all of that kind of stuff, is detrimental to them. And the same thing, because we have the same thing that destroy our young men as well. Black on black crime, but not even is it black on black crime, but it's black man upon black man crime, or black young man to black young man crime. It is because what they see and what is shown as being acceptable. Having beef or this, that, and the other thing. And then the martyrdom of even people like Tupac and Biggie, by them being martyred and them being glorified in the society. Nipsey Hussle, same thing. They're dead, y'all. You might say this, that, and the other thing, but they're not reaping the rewards of what they did on this physical plane. There's somebody else that are reaping those rewards. Huh? What? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to be very careful with the imaging and all of that that you allow your children or our children to be subjected to. Anyway, I know y'all hate me for this, but I'm first a comedic priest. That's my first job. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes is up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, but most of all, hit the love button. I love y'all.